is an interesting looking set. I don't know if I like it. What is going on, guys? Chris here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the 3 things that I have learned on my photography journey. Now, I do include photography and videography in the same category as I do both. Little background on myself. This was me as a little photographer kid. I honestly don't remember when I started exactly doing photography and all. I think I started taking it really seriously back in 2013, and that's when I started to look for clients and, you know, growing my brand or just growing as a photographer in general, you know, learning the skills and all that. Pretty much self-taught. Now, starting off at number 3, gear matters. But it's a bit more complicated than that. I think I really dislike the fact that I went back and forth from the idea that, and I know a lot of photographers and videographers can relate to this, going back and forth between saying, you know, gear doesn't matter, it's all about story or whatever, and then on the flip side, gear matters a lot because, you know, you can tell high quality photos and videos from lower quality content, you know? So this is my hot take on all of that. Gear does matter. In my experience, high quality content can be created with high quality gear. And you can tell when something was shot with low quality cameras, low quality lenses, or more importantly, not really great lights. Because remember, gear includes the lighting you're using. Lighting makes a huge difference on the overall quality of your image. And clients can tell when you're using high quality gear. I remember when I used to work for this basketball store, they were like, yo, the quality of your photos look amazing. Now this went outside of the composition and the framing and all that stuff. Literally the quality, the detail in your shots look great and we love it. But that said, yes, good quality gear alone doesn't matter. If you have amazing camera gear, but you don't know the rules of photography or you don't know how to tell a story, it is useless. If you know how to tell a good story or you know how to frame a good shot, you know all the settings, but you have poor quality gear, you can tell. So yes, gear does matter. Invest in proper camera gear. Find something that allows you to create high quality stuff, and in the long term, it yields better results. But do keep in mind that there is the law of diminishing returns, which is basically the more you upgrade your gear, the less of a difference you start to notice in quality, if that makes sense. Like, I had the Canon R6 before that, and then I pretty much spent twice as much money for this camera, which is the Canon R5, and there really isn't twice as much quality. So find equipment that allows you to shoot high quality content and try to stick with it and grow your storytelling and knowledge in the overall field. The second thing I learned, and this took quite a long time, this took pretty much my entire career as a photographer, videographer, and that is to try many different types of photography and videography, like the niches, like sports photography, portraits, product, landscape, and all that. But once you find one that you love, really niche down and focus on that in particular. And the reason I say that is in today's time, it's really easy to be spread out. I felt I was very spread thin over all the different types of photography because of social media. You know, I get influenced by Peter McKinnon and Maddie Apoya and all these creators who do all these different types of photography, and that doesn't mean that I need to do all types. Like, I don't really consider myself a landscape photographer, but I find myself trying to research how to do landscape photography because Peter McKinnon takes amazing landscape photos. So, you know, you get really spread thin. And this includes also the gear you buy and all the things you try to teach yourself. And it can get really overwhelming. So I'm kind of in that position where I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to niche down. I think somewhere around products and street photography. I really love those crispy shots in those niches, and I do want to focus more on that. That said, I do love travel photography. I love landscape photography. I'll never not do a portrait for someone. Just in your mind, you know, you want to focus on one to become better at that. You know the saying, the jack of all trade, masters of none. You want to make sure you are a master at least 1 or 2 sections of content creation instead of just spreading yourself thin throughout all different types. The final tip, and I think this is the most important one, and this is one that I've been working on this year, is to make sure you still enjoy the process. A lot of us got into this because we loved shooting content, but with all the different numbers that are presented to us, like client budgets, gear upgrades, like the resolution changes, 8K, 5K, 6K, you know, we're always bombarded with views, all that stuff that matter to us a lot. every year we're introduced with new cameras with better specs and better numbers, you know, slightly more autofocus points, slightly higher resolution, and it can get really overwhelming. And definitely the question of views, you know, we want to get more views, get more exposure, more recognition for the time and effort we put into our content. So we create content with that in mind. So it can get very overwhelming, and you definitely want to go out and shoot and create just for yourself. I see creators like Creative Ryan doing this, and I really respect that. I feel like alongside the grind to get bigger and get more recognition and more money for the content we create, we should still go out and create because we love to create, because you can easily get lost into just creating for others and you lose a bit of your creative element in that. And that's kind of where I've been the past few months, where I was just always creating for companies or work or whatever, and you just forget that this is something that I love doing in general. So you don't want to lose grasp of that, or you will burn out. You'll end up not going as far as you wanted to. So hopefully these 3 things were helpful for you. Give it a thought. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace. Go create something amazing today.